This is Hippie Joey on bass parts 2, bass notes part 2 from A to Z. And we're going to start on F because we ended off in E last time. So you take your first finger and you put it on 5, G, middle finger on 6A, and your third finger on D7. And here's actually something cool, is if you take your first finger, it makes a different sound than your middle finger. I don't know how good you could hear that. It sounds totally different on there than it does playing my bass. And then B, F backwards, meaning, is just like the omitted scale, but instead of playing, you just hold them all down. And that's an FB. And then your G scale, which is actually really cool because it actually goes everything the G scale is in, the G actually could fit in there. With your middle finger on 5A, your first finger on D4, and your pinky on G7. There's the G. Now I don't have an H, so I'm going to actually show you this back on an IB way, I backwards. So you take your first finger and you put it on 5A, no, I meant on 5D, and your middle finger on 7G, and there's the I. Now on IB, leaving your ring finger on the same one, moving your first finger to D4. Now in I long, you take your pinky, because it's a lot easier. Imagine missing 3 frets with your your index and your ring finger, right? So you take your pinky and you put it on 7G, and you would take your first finger and you would put it on D3. Now I'm actually going to move down for this so it sounds more clear. And I'm going to go, and when I move up one, I'm actually adding an I. So I'd be I, which I'm going to play with my pinky, I-B, because I'm playing the backwards. I put my pinky on 9G, and I put my first finger on, or your middle, whatever, on 7A. Now I'm going to show you an I backwards, which keeping your pinky on 9 and moving your first one to 5 on G is an IB, which is really cool because both your middle ones are still there, so you can have them still open and you can still play like Jimi Hendrix. And now for a J note, you take your first finger and you just plop them right down on all the strings. Make it totally easier, but you still have that held down back note, but it makes it a lot easier. If you could show me a way you could do it without it and not have to use your palm and your finger, that'd be awesome. But the way I'm going to show you is just take your first finger, you plop them right down, your ring finger, and my first finger's on 7, so your ring finger on 9A and your pinky on 10D. And there's the J. And then, so we don't have a K, so we go right to L. So you take your 3 fingers, your 3 last fingers, you put them right down straight, almost like a J, the beginning of the J, like that, but instead you just, so 9, 9, 9, 8, and that's an L. Or you could go L backwards long, L long, L B B. I'm just going to do this L B B. I'm not going to show you L, which is just right there. But so yeah, it'd be 9, 9, 9, 7, which is an L, L, B, no, L, B, B. Now an O, this is the last one I'm going to show you, then you're going to have to go to part 3. So an O, you put your pinky on 10D, your ring finger on 9G, your middle finger on 8E, and your first finger on 7A. Which is actually really good for romantic songs. And any of these, you could actually play any which way you want. You can play an O, like set right there, or anywhere. You can play J here, O, C, D, and things like that. If you like it, look for the third part. And yeah, I hope you get some information. Push like if you like.